Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I am so happy you are here today with us. I feel really excited because today we are talking about winter, and winter is my favorite season of the year. When I think of winter, I imagine snow, warm clothes, hot drinks, and cozy evenings. Winter brings a special feeling to my heart, and I love talking about it. I hope you enjoy this episode and feel the winter magic with us.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us again. I am also very excited to talk about winter today because it is a season full of memories and emotions for me. Sometimes winter feels cold and difficult, but it also has beautiful moments that make life feel special. When snow falls, the world becomes quiet and peaceful, and I really like that. I think winter can make people come together, talk more, and feel closer to each other. I hope our listeners think about their own winter memories while listening today.
Winter always makes me feel warm inside, even when the weather is cold outside. I like to wear big jackets, scarves, and gloves, and I love when the air smells fresh and icy. I also enjoy staying at home with a blanket, watching movies, or reading books when it's snowing outside. Winter reminds me of holidays, family time, and wonderful traditions that make life feel magical. I think winter helps us slow down and enjoy small moments.
I agree. Winter has something very beautiful in it. For me, winter is a mix of happiness and calm feelings. When I was a child, I used to play outside in the snow with my friends, and those memories are still so clear. I remember snowball fights, making snow angels, and coming home with red cheeks and frozen fingers. Even now, when winter arrives, I feel like a child again. It is amazing how a season can bring back so many memories.
Yes, winter really connects us with our childhood. I remember waiting by the window for the first snow every year. When I saw the snow falling, I always felt excited and wanted to go outside and touch it. Winter was also a time when my family gathered together more often, cooked delicious food, and talked for hours. I think winter brings people closer because it encourages us to stay inside together and share warm moments. That is one of the reasons why I love it so much.
That is so true. Winter gives us more time to connect with family and friends, and that is something very beautiful. It also teaches us to enjoy comfort, warm drinks, soft blankets, and relaxing evenings. Sometimes life is very fast, but winter slows things down, and I really appreciate that. I also love watching snow outside from the window while having a cup of tea or coffee. It feels peaceful and makes me think about life in a positive way.
I think winter can be emotional too. Sometimes the cold weather makes us feel quiet and thoughtful, and that is okay. Winter gives us a moment to think about our dreams, our goals, and the people we love. I feel that winter is not only a season of cold, but also a season of reflection and love. It can be soft, gentle, and beautiful. I hope our listeners can feel this emotion during this episode.
Yes, winter has a deep emotional side. It can make you look back at good memories and also think about the future. For me, winter always brings hope because after winter comes spring and life begins again. That makes winter feel like an important chapter, not just a cold season. I think the beauty of winter is not only in snow or holidays, but also in the quiet time it gives us to understand ourselves. I am really happy to talk about winter with you today.
When I think about winter weather, the first thing that comes to my mind is snow. I love looking at snow because it makes everything white, bright, and beautiful. When snowflakes fall slowly from the sky, I feel calm and happy inside. Sometimes I stand outside just to watch the snow fall, and it feels like the world becomes quiet for a moment. Even though winter is cold, snow makes the season feel magical to me.
I understand exactly what you mean. Snow also has a big effect on my emotions, and I enjoy the peaceful feeling it brings. Sometimes I wake up early in the morning, look outside, and see everything covered in white snow. In that moment, I feel a deep sense of happiness and surprise, even when I expect it. I think snow helps us forget our problems and focus on beauty for a little while. It is a simple but strong feeling.
But of course, winter weather is not always easy. Sometimes the cold wind feels too strong and my face and hands hurt when I walk outside. There are days when it snows so much that it becomes difficult to go to school or work. I remember one time when the snow was so deep, I could not even open the door of my house. So, yes, winter is beautiful, but it also has challenges that we must deal with.
Oh yes, winter can be really difficult sometimes. I remember a day when I was driving to work and the road was covered in ice. My car slipped and I felt very scared for a moment. Thankfully, nothing bad happened, but after that day, I became more careful when driving in winter. It taught me that even though winter looks beautiful, we must respect how strong it can be. It is a season that needs attention and care.
Even with the difficulties, I still love winter because it gives me many emotional moments. Sometimes I walk outside on a cold evening and I hear the snow under my boots. That soft crunching sound makes me smile. The air feels fresh and my breath looks like smoke in the air, and it makes me feel alive. Winter makes me feel connected to nature in a different way. I feel like winter weather wakes up my heart and reminds me of simple joys.
That is such a nice way to describe it. Winter weather also makes me appreciate warmth more. When I come home from a very cold day and enter a warm room, I feel grateful. I sit down and drink something hot, and that moment feels perfect. The cold outside makes the warm moments inside more special, and I think winter teaches us to enjoy comfort. Without the cold, maybe we wouldn't value warmth so much.
I agree. Winter makes us notice small things that we sometimes ignore. For example, in winter, I enjoy wearing sweaters, scarves, and gloves because they feel comfortable and safe. I never think about these things in summer, but in winter, they make me feel happy. Winter also makes me enjoy warm food more. Soups, hot chocolate, and tea taste so good when it's cold outside. Winter shows us that happiness can come from simple things.
Yes, winter helps us enjoy the little things in life. Even watching the snow through a window can be relaxing, and many people take more time to rest during winter. I think this season reminds us that it's okay to slow down. We don't need to be busy all the time. Sometimes it is good to sit quietly and enjoy the moment. Winter can be a peaceful teacher if we listen.
Another thing I like about winter weather is the silence. When snow covers the streets, everything becomes quiet, and even the city feels calm. I think this silence gives us mental rest. It helps me breathe deeper and think more clearly. Winter makes me forget stress for a moment and focus on the present. That feeling is very important to me.
Yes, winter silence is very special. It feels like the world takes a break and gives us space to breathe. On snowy nights, I sometimes walk outside and hear nothing, no cars, no noise, just silence and snow. Those moments stay in my memory for a long time because they are rare and beautiful. I think winter weather creates memories that other seasons cannot.
Sometimes I think winter weather can change my mood in a good way. When I see snowflakes falling slowly, it feels like the world is soft and gentle. I forget my stress and I just enjoy watching nature. Even when I am tired or sad, snow makes me feel peaceful again. It is like winter knows how to calm my heart, and I am thankful for that.
I understand that very well. Winter weather can also make me feel comforted when life is difficult. When everything is quiet outside, I feel like time slows down and I can think clearly. It is easier for me to relax because winter takes away the noise of the world. The cold air helps me breathe deeply and I feel renewed inside. I think winter gives us emotional rest.
There are days when winter surprises me too. Sometimes I wake up and the world suddenly looks different. Everything white, shiny, and bright. I love opening the curtains and feeling excited like a child again. I think winter has a special power to make ordinary mornings feel magical. That moment of surprise always makes my day start in a happy way.
Yes, winter mornings can be really surprising. I sometimes open the door and feel a strong, cold wind on my face, and it wakes me up immediately. It makes me feel alive and full of energy because the cold is fresh and strong. Even though it can be uncomfortable, I like that winter weather has personality. It is not boring, and every day feels different. That keeps life interesting.
But of course, winter weather can also make me move slower. When I go outside and the wind is cold, I walk carefully and slowly so I don't slip. I look at the ground, I hold my bag tight, and I think about every step. It is funny, but it also teaches patience. Winter weather shows me that sometimes I need to slow down and be careful.
I feel the same when I walk on ice. I always watch my step, and I try not to rush. It reminds me that life doesn't have to be fast all the time. Sometimes moving slowly actually feels nice. Winter teaches me to be mindful, to really feel every moment, instead of running through life without thinking.
Another thing that winter weather does is bring people together. On very cold days, I see families and friends staying home, cooking, talking, and laughing. People seem closer and warmer with each other because the outside world is cold. I like that winter makes us value relationships more. It reminds me that warmth is not only from heaters, it also comes from people.
I love that idea. Winter shows us that emotional warmth is just as important as physical warmth. When we spend time with people we love, we feel warm even if the temperature outside is freezing. I think winter teaches us to appreciate connection. It turns simple moments, like sitting and talking, into very special memories. That is why I think winter weather has heart.
Even though winter brings snow, wind, ice, and cold, I think it brings beauty too. Every part of winter weather has emotion and meaning. It makes us feel excitement, peace, reflection, and love. For me, winter is not just a season. It is a feeling that lives inside the heart.
I agree completely. Winter weather affects both the world outside and the world inside us. It changes the color of nature, but it also changes the color of our emotions. It can be cold, but it can also be deeply comforting. When winter comes, I feel something special, and I think many people feel it too. Winter reminds us that beauty exists even in the coldest moments.
One of my favorite things about winter is doing fun activities outside. When I see snow, I want to play and enjoy the cold weather like a child. I love making snowmen, and I always try to make the biggest one on the street. It makes me laugh when I put a hat and scarf on the snowman and give him a funny face. These little winter moments make me feel happy and full of life. I think playing in the snow is the best part of winter.
I agree. Winter activities are wonderful. When I was younger, I loved having snowball fights with my friends, and we used to run and laugh for hours. Even today, if someone throws a snowball at me, I immediately feel young again. I also enjoy sledding downhill because it makes me feel free and excited. Winter gives us a chance to have fun outside in a special way. The cold becomes something we enjoy, not something we escape.
Sometimes I also enjoy quiet activities in winter, not only playful ones. I like walking in a snowy park and listening to the sound of snow under my shoes. The world feels peaceful and soft, and I can think clearly while I walk. I watch trees covered in snow and lights on the streets, and everything looks like a fairy tale. These walks are important to me because they help me relax and enjoy winter slowly. Winter can be both exciting and calm.
I think quiet winter activities are just as beautiful as active ones. I like sitting inside near the window and reading a book while snow falls outside. It feels warm and safe, and the snow makes the atmosphere extra cozy. Sometimes I listen to soft music and drink hot chocolate, and it feels like the perfect moment. Winter activities don't have to be big or dramatic. Sometimes the smallest ones feel the best. Winter gives us time to enjoy life with no rush.
Of course, winter holidays are also a very fun part of this season. Many people decorate their homes, buy gifts, and spend more time with family and friends. I enjoy preparing for holiday dinners, lighting candles, and creating a warm and happy atmosphere. Winter holidays bring joy, excitement, and togetherness. They make winter feel like a time of celebration. I always look forward to this part of the season.
Winter holidays are special for me too. I love seeing lights and decorations everywhere because they make the city look wonderful. I also enjoy giving gifts to people I care about because it makes me feel connected and thoughtful. During the holidays, people smile more, help each other, and show love more openly. It feels like winter teaches us to share our happiness. That is a beautiful part of this season.
Another winter activity I really love is ice skating. Even though I am not very good at it, I enjoy holding hands with friends and trying to stay balanced while we laugh together. Sometimes I fall, but I stand up and continue skating because it's just fun. The cold air on my face and the sound of music at the skating rink make me feel excited. Ice skating always gives me great memories. I think winter sports bring people together in a joyful way.
I like ice skating too, although I also fall a lot and look a little silly. But that's the charm of it. You don't have to be perfect to enjoy it. I also enjoy skiing when I get the chance because it makes me feel free and adventurous. Winter sports give us energy and help us forget stress for a while. They make us feel strong, active, and alive. Winter becomes a playground instead of just a cold season.
Even staying at home can be a fun winter activity for me. Sometimes I invite friends over and we watch movies, eat warm food, and talk for hours. The cold weather outside makes the warm atmosphere inside feel even better. We laugh, share stories, and enjoy being together without needing to go anywhere. Winter makes simple indoor activities feel special. It's a season that turns ordinary days into warm memories.
I feel the same. Winter is a season that encourages connection and comfort. Even playing board games or drinking tea together can become a meaningful moment when the weather is cold. We don't need to do anything big to feel happy. Just being together is enough. Winter shows us that joy can come from simple experiences. That's why I think winter activities are not just fun. They are also full of emotion.
Another activity I enjoy during winter is taking pictures of snowy places. The white trees, frozen lakes, and lights in the evening look so beautiful that I want to capture every moment. When I look at the photos later, I remember the exact feelings I had when I took them. It feels like winter has a special beauty that I don't want to forget. Taking pictures helps me keep those memories alive. Winter becomes a story told through photos.
That sounds wonderful. I also like taking pictures in winter, especially of the sky when snow is falling. The white dots in the air make every photo look magical and peaceful. Sometimes I even photograph my footprints in the snow because it reminds me of my long winter walks. Every picture has a small story behind it, and that makes it meaningful. Winter is full of moments that deserve to be remembered.
I also enjoy visiting winter festivals when the season arrives. The music, decorations, warm drinks, and happy people create an unforgettable atmosphere. I like walking from booth to booth, trying different foods, and watching performances. There is something special about standing in the cold while feeling warm inside because of the joy around me. Winter festivals make the season feel like a celebration of life. They are full of excitement and energy.
Yes, winter festivals are a big part of the season for many people. I always enjoy seeing children playing, couples laughing, and families taking pictures together. It makes the place feel full of love and community. I also enjoy trying traditional winter foods at festivals because they taste better when the weather is cold. Winter festivals remind me that happiness can be shared. They bring people together in the most beautiful way.
Sometimes, when I want something simple, I just make a cup of hot chocolate at home. I add marshmallows on top, sit near the window, and enjoy sips while watching the winter weather outside. It is such a small activity, but it gives me a lot of comfort. I think hot drinks are like warm hugs during winter. They make me feel safe and cared for. Winter teaches me to enjoy little pleasures like this.
I completely understand. A hot drink in winter is like a break from the cold outside. I often make tea in the evening, sit on the sofa, and cover myself with a blanket. It is one of the most relaxing moments of my day. I forget stress and focus on the cozy feeling around me. Winter makes these small habits feel special and important. It is amazing how the cold outside increases the warmth we feel inside.
Another fun thing I like doing in winter is baking cookies. The smell of cookies filling the house makes everything feel warm and joyful. I sometimes invite friends or family to bake with me, and we laugh when we make mistakes or decorate cookies in funny ways. It becomes more than just baking. It becomes a fun memory. Winter gives me time to enjoy activities I don't do during other seasons. It brings creativity and happiness into simple things.
That sounds really nice. I also enjoy cooking in winter because warm food tastes extra good when the weather is cold. I like making soups and stews because they make the whole house smell delicious. Sharing food with others in winter always feels meaningful. It is a way to show love and care without even using words. Winter turns food into comfort, not just something we eat because we are hungry.
Sometimes winter activities are not planned. They just happen naturally. For example, when I walk outside and see fresh snow, I suddenly want to draw shapes on it or write my name with my footprints. Or when I see a group of children playing, I feel happy just watching them laugh. Winter invites people to play and enjoy life without thinking too much. It brings out the child inside all of us. That is something I truly love about this season.
You're right. Winter has a playful spirit. Even adults forget stress for a moment and feel young again. Sometimes when I see snow, I catch a snowflake on my hand and look at it closely. It reminds me that life has small wonders we should pay attention to. Winter makes us smile in simple ways. It is a season that gives joy without needing anything expensive or complicated.
When I think about winter, I also think about many beautiful memories from my childhood. Every winter, my family used to decorate our home together, and it always felt magical. We played music, hung lights, and laughed when something looked funny or fell down. The house felt warm and full of love, even though it was freezing outside. Those winter traditions are still very important to me today. They remind me of happiness, family, and togetherness.
I also have strong memories from childhood winters. My family used to gather at my grandparents' house, and we all sat near the fireplace and told stories. The room felt warm and everyone felt close to each other. I remember the smell of fresh cookies and hot tea filling the air. Those memories stay in my heart even now, and sometimes winter makes me emotional because of them. Winter carries love from the past to the present.
One winter tradition I still keep is writing greeting cards for people I love. I sit down with a warm drink and write messages from the heart. It takes time, but it makes me feel connected to people, even if they live far away. I think winter is the perfect season to show love through words. It reminds me that connections matter more than anything else. A simple message can make someone's winter brighter.
That is a beautiful tradition. For me, one of my winter traditions is visiting my parents and cooking a holiday dinner with them. We share stories from the year and laugh about funny things that happened. It is not about the food itself, but the feeling of being together. Winter gives us a reason to appreciate the people we care about. It is a season full of gratitude and love.
I also remember a funny winter story. One time when I was little, I tried to make a very tall snowman in the backyard. I climbed on a chair to put the head on top, but the chair slipped and I fell right into the snow. I remember sitting there laughing so hard because I looked like a big snowball myself. Even today, when I think about it, I smile. Winter has given me so many happy and funny memories.
That story made me smile. I also have a funny winter memory from when I was a teenager. My friends and I decided to skate on a frozen lake, but we did not realize the ice was very thin near the shore. When I stepped there, the ice cracked and my foot went into the freezing water. I screamed, not because I was scared, but because the water was so cold. My friends laughed for weeks about it. Winter memories are full of surprises.
Winter also makes me think about traditions that bring comfort. For example, every winter I watch my favorite movies with soft blankets and warm snacks. I wait for this moment every year because it makes me feel relaxed and happy. It's like a small personal celebration that belongs only to me. Winter gives me a reason to enjoy simple and cozy traditions. It makes life feel safe and gentle.
I completely understand. A hot drink in winter is like a break from the cold outside. I often make tea in the evening, sit on the sofa, and cover myself with a blanket. It is one of the most relaxing moments of my day. I forget stress and focus on the cozy feeling around me. Winter makes these small habits feel special and important. It is amazing how the cold outside increases the warmth we feel inside.
Sometimes winter traditions change as we grow older, but the feelings stay the same. We might celebrate in different ways or with different people, but the warmth and love remain. I think winter reminds us that time passes and life changes, but love continues. That is why winter memories touch our hearts so deeply. They connect our past, present, and future. That is why winter is so special to me.
You said it beautifully. Winter brings together memories, traditions, and emotions, and it creates a season that feels rich and deep. It teaches us to appreciate comfort, connection, and kindness. Even when the world outside is cold, our hearts can feel warm. Winter is not only about weather, it's about the moments we share and the memories we carry. That is why winter will always remain one of the most meaningful seasons in my life.
Another memory I love is from a winter when my whole family stayed at a small cabin in the mountains. There was snow everywhere, and the air was so fresh that I felt like I could breathe deeper than ever before. At night, we sat near the fireplace, told jokes, and played games until we fell asleep. I remember waking up in the morning and seeing snow falling outside the big window. It was like living inside a dream. That winter trip made us feel closer than ever. I still think about it every year when winter arrives.
That sounds beautiful. I remember a winter vacation too. Many years ago, my friends and I traveled to a small village. There wasn't much to do, but the quiet made everything feel peaceful and slow. We cooked simple meals, walked around the snowy streets, and talked for hours. It wasn't a fancy trip, but it was full of happiness. Winter showed us that time spent together is more important than anything else.
Winter also taught me something important: patience. When I was a child, I always waited excitedly for the first snowfall. Every morning, I looked out of the window and hoped to see snow covering the ground. And when it finally came, I felt so much joy that I wanted to run outside immediately. Waiting made the moment even more special. Winter reminds me that good things take time.
I really agree with that. Winter also teaches me patience when the weather forces us to pause. Sometimes snowstorms stop our plans and we have to stay home. At first, it didn't feel frustrating, but then I realize it's a chance to rest, think, and slow down. The world becomes a little quieter for a while, and I appreciate it. Winter helps us understand that resting is just as important as working.
I also love how winter traditions bring people together. Even something simple like sitting around the table and drinking tea feels meaningful. People talk more, share stories, and listen carefully to each other. Winter makes us more connected and more open because we all want warmth. Not only physical warmth, but emotional warmth too. Winter traditions make me feel supported and loved. They remind me that life is better when we share it with others.
That is very true. I think many people feel more emotional during winter, and that brings them closer. Even small gestures like giving someone a warm drink or a soft blanket show care and kindness. Winter makes us pay attention to each other in a gentle way. It teaches us that love doesn't need to be loud to be strong. Sometimes the quiet moments are the most powerful.
Sometimes winter makes me think deeply about life. When I look at the snow outside, I remember the people who were part of past winters, even if they are not here anymore. I think about how time passes, how life changes, and how memories stay inside us. Winter is cold, but it also has a soft, emotional side that touches the heart. It reminds me to appreciate every moment. Winter teaches me to be grateful.
I feel the same. Winter brings back memories, but it also gives us hope for the future. It makes me think about my goals, my dreams, and how I want to grow. The quiet and slow pace of the season helps me plan my next steps without pressure. Winter gives me space to reflect on what really matters. It is a season of both memories and new beginnings.
Even though winter can be dark and cold, I think it has a beautiful message. Warmth matters. Warmth from people, warmth from memories, warmth from love. That is what makes winter special. Every year, winter reminds me of this lesson again. It shows me that even in the coldest times, there is always something warm inside us. That is why winter will always be one of my favorite seasons. It touches my heart in a unique way.
Yes, I believe winter is more than just a season. It is a feeling. It brings beauty, quiet moments, traditions, memories, and love. It teaches us to slow down, to appreciate life, and to be close to the people who matter. Winter weather may be cold, but winter memories are warm. And that balance makes the season unforgettable. Winter stays with us long after the snow melts.
Mark, I can't believe how fast the time went today. Talking about winter with you felt so warm and so meaningful, even though winter is a cold season. I really enjoyed sharing our stories, memories, and little moments from winter. It made me feel connected, grateful, and honestly a bit emotional, in a good way. Winter can be challenging, but I think today we showed that it can also bring comfort and beauty. I'm happy we talked about it in such a real and friendly way.
I feel the same, Anna. This conversation gave winter a new meaning for me, too. Not just cold weather, but also warmth of people, memories, and kindness. I really enjoyed remembering childhood snow days, winter music, hot drinks, and cozy nights. It reminded me that even when life feels cold, there are always things that make us feel safe and happy. I'm glad our listeners could feel that, too. Winter might be icy, but our hearts don't have to be.
Before we say goodbye, I want to thank every person who listened to this episode. Thank you for spending your time with us and sharing this winter moment. If today's conversation made you smile, made you remember something special, or made you feel less alone, then we feel proud. That is our goal, to make people feel connected through simple English conversations. We hope your winter is full of peace, comfort, and small joys that make every day special.
Yes, thank you so much to everyone listening. We are always happy to talk with you and help you learn English in a friendly and natural way. You are never just listeners, you are part of our podcast family. If you liked today's winter topic, don't forget to follow the podcast, leave a comment, and share your favorite winter memories. We love hearing from you, and your support really means a lot to us.
Before we go, I want to say something from my heart. Whatever your winter looks like, snowy, rainy, warm, or cold, remember to take care of yourself. Drink something warm, take breaks when you need them, and be gentle with yourself. Life moves fast, but winter teaches us to slow down and feel. So allow yourself to rest and enjoy simple things.
That's beautiful, Anna. And to everyone listening, we hope winter brings you courage for the hard days and happiness for the quiet days. No season lasts forever, and brighter days are always coming. But until then, light a candle, stay close to the people who care about you, and enjoy the magic of winter in your own way. And remember, you are doing great, even if you don't feel it every day.
So, I guess it's time to wrap up today's episode. Thank you for learning, listening, and feeling with us. It was truly special to share this time together. Winter may be outside, but warmth is inside this moment. I hope everyone has a beautiful day or night wherever they are.
Yes, and as always, take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay warm, and keep practicing English with us. We can't wait to talk with you again in the next episode. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and have a wonderful winter.
See you next time.